Hi, this is Jason Nickleby, Coordinator of Officials with the Minnesota State High School League, and this is basketball officiating training tape number 1. We're going to do a bunch of shorter tapes this year, not the long ones with 8, 9, 10 plays. We'll go with 2 or 3 plays per training tape and do more of them over the course of the year, and hopefully that is more manageable for you. It is a long season, and watching the tapes can be long, so appreciate your willingness to look at plays and get better and talk about mechanics and philosophy and positioning, and appreciate the willingness of the officials in the championship games to put themselves out there and be critiqued and offer ways for officials to learn and get better at their craft. And again, we're not trying to pick on any one official or team or crew, just trying to learn from these plays and get better as the season goes. So with that, let's take a look at our plays. This first play is an example of really good mechanics. So we notice we have some backcourt pressure. Remember, if we have 4 players or more in the backcourt, then we need the center to stay. And if it's a 2-person game, we need the lead to be closer to half court to assist. And then you see in the front court here, we just have really good positioning throughout this possession, working nice and low. We don't bail on the shot, close down. Just very well done, very well handled by the crew here. And so again, notice we stay back and help, and then we get into good initial position. The lead mirrors the basketball, closes down when it's on that other lane line. Center works low beneath the matchup, and then as the shot takes place, takes a step or two out, no problem, but then holds tight, watches that shooter all the way to the floor, because if they go to the floor, we need to know why. If we don't have a whistle, we need to understand why they got to the floor, and we're in good position to view that. And then notice the trail is right at the 28-foot line. This is perfect. And then we work low and transition and close down on the shot and stick with the rebounding action. So just really good mechanics. This is exactly what we want. Stay back and help, and then hustle down to our position, work as low as we can, work beneath matchups so we can see space, and then see the shooter all the way to the ground. So excellent mechanics and positioning by the crew on this play. On this play, another excellent example of mechanics and positioning that we want to see. Notice lead is right at the lane line, takes a step, in the into close down position, and then the center is working low and then works lower to see space, and the trail right at the 28-foot mark. So this is perfect positioning. We're working beneath this matchup, and then we no call this contact at the basket properly, so because the defender rises vertically in his space and the offensive player is the one that initiates this contact into a legal defender. Now, had this defender stayed grounded in that secondary space in the restricted arc, then we would have had a restricted area blocking foul, but because he rose vertically, he's allowed to do that, and we no call this play properly. So well done mechanically and judgment wise, no calling this play. And remember, this is the center's play, because on a non-block charge play, restricted arc type play, we're going to draw a line right down the middle of the paint, and anything closer to the center would be the center's play, and then anything on the other side would be the lead's play. So this is the center's play, and we no call this properly. So well done there. And then the last thing to point out here is we no call traveling on this, and this is also proper. This is a jump stop. Notice we jump off of 1 foot, land on 2, and then rise vertically to shoot. So this is properly done by the player as far as what he can do rules wise, and then this is also well done by the crew to not call traveling on this play. So a couple things: good positioning, mechanics, good job of no calling the verticality, and then finally, good job of no calling traveling. This is a legal jump stop. Well done by the crew. On this last play, I want to point out our mechanics and positioning, and then just a couple judgment pieces. So first of all, really good positioning to take this play. We remain low, trails right at the 28-foot mark, center free throw line extended, and a step low, closes down on the shot and the action at the basket. And then lead, we close down towards the lane line as we have the action that comes towards the basket. So our positioning is excellent on this, and then we don't bail out. We officiate the play to its conclusion before heading the other way. And then a couple things to point out. One, if you notice the player who gets the basketball underneath the basket, looks like he initially steps out of bounds. So just something to be aware of as the lead, to see, is he out of bounds on his own? Is he out of bounds at the time that he touches the basketball? Those kind of things, and that can catch us off guard. Another reason to work as deep as we can as the lead. If we have the room to do so, let's do that, and that will give us a wider perspective to see if we can pick this particular player up. And then the final thing here is this defender rises vertically, and we no call this, and this is well done to not put air in the whistle on this play. There's potential you could put a whistle on the offensive player, but I like this as a no call, incidental contact at the end, good verticality and defense, and we no call this properly in my estimation. So good positioning, mechanics, and then really sound judgment to no call this play. And then finally, not bailing out, officiating the play to its conclusion. Well done by the crew. Okay, that will do it for training tape number 1. Again, just a few plays, trying to do these a little bit shorter this year so that you can review a couple plays before a game or a few games, talk about mechanics and philosophy and positioning with your crew. A couple good examples in this tape of what we want to see, and we'll send out another tape every week or every other week as we get into the season. Have a great holiday break, stay safe, and stay healthy.